Hey hunters, Lord here, back with another Monster Hunter video. The recent announcement trailer of Monster Hunter Wilds has got me back into Monster Hunter like nothing is done since the bonus update to Sunbreak. With that said, I felt like I'd already done all that there was to do in some of my favorite Monster Hunter games, so I did a little bit of thinking. What can I do in Monster Hunter, even though I've already beaten almost all the games that I own? So without further ado, here are 4 things that I came up with that you can do in Monster Hunter to keep yourself occupied until Monster Hunter Wilds. Number 1. Pick up a new Monster Hunter game. Now I know this sounds really simple, but this is the perfect time to get into a new Monster Hunter game, with titles like World and Iceborne available on all platforms for less than $20, Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak for under $40, and consistent sales on other favorites like Generations Ultimate, Stories, and Stories 2. One thing I found to be a lot of fun was going back to the older games. For me personally, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate is the only Monster Hunter game that I own that I've never fully beaten. So going to a playthrough of that and trying a new weapon arts or hunting monsters that I'd not hunted before or since really helped liven up my Monster Hunter experience. Plus, if you play the older games, you can be one of those Monster Hunter boomers that can relate to all the "back in my day, we couldn't move and heal. Back in my day, please y'all hip check didn't even have to hit you. Back in my day, longsword didn't have 1 counter, let alone the 400 it has now," and all that cranky copium that Monster Hunter vets come up with to explain why they carted to a thunder squirrel. Hell, if you haven't yet, downloading Monster Hunter now will give you quite a bit to do. Definitely not as much as buying a full game, but being able to hunt monsters whenever and wherever you are is really fun, and it can actually be a little bit of a challenge in the mid-game. Number 2, restart a game or restart with a friend. Now I have a PC, Switch, and PS5, and Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak bundle is obviously on sale on all platforms, so I picked it up on the one I didn't have it yet, which was PlayStation, despite having nearly 1,000 hours between my Switch and PC saves. My brother hadn't tried it yet, so he picked it up as well, and let me tell you, restarting after having been at the peak endgame for so long is really a lot of fun. Especially with a friend, whether they've played the game before or not, trying to go through the whole experience with someone else along for the ride is the perfect way to play Monster Hunter. Definitely consider forcing your friends who've never played Monster Hunter before to play with you because, come on guys, it's on sale. It's my favorite game. I promise you'll love it. And then you can cry when you remember that you're all adults with jobs and your schedule sucks, so you're never able to play at the same time. You can try spicing up your new playthrough by using a different weapon than you usually do. Maybe look at your least used weapon on your other playthrough and use that as your main weapon on your new playthrough. Maybe you like hunting horn and wide range and buffing your teammates and keep them alive. So going with a more aggressive weapon like hammer or dual blades might be a fun and rejuvenating way to play. Starting a new playthrough is one of the best things about Monster Hunter, as you can really play it like a whole new experience. Number 3, set a huge goal or give yourself something to grind for. Now, if buying a new game or starting from scratch just isn't for you, consider taking your current game to the next level. Setting some higher goals like hitting HR and or MR 999, as finding ways to get the most HR points in as little time as possible can be a really fun challenge. You could try crafting every armor piece in the game, or you could try to make the final upgrade for every weapon in your main weapons tree. So for example, if you play Insect Glaive, try to craft every single max upgrade Insect Glaive. Or if you main the ranged weapons, try to max out every light bowgun, heavy bowgun, and bow. If you want a real challenge and something that'll really help you master the game, try to hunt every monster 50 times. Or if you're a real masochist, try beating every monster with no armor or without getting hit. By the time you're done with a challenge like this, you'll just feel so accomplished and outright skilled at the game. Setting goals beyond just beating the story or just beating every quest is a really fun way to expand your experience and tack on a lot of extra hours into the endgame. Number 4, try all weapon types in your game. Personally, in my playthroughs, I try to play 10 or more hunts with each weapon type. I found lots of fun new playstyles and set ideas and even new favorite weapons while trying to do this. If I have no clue how to use a weapon, I like watching YouTube tutorials and set guides, and I feel like this really gives me a bunch of inspiration to get good with each weapon type. I genuinely feel like at this point I could go into any hunt in any Monster Hunter game that I own with any of the weapon types and have both a good time and be fairly competent or good at that hunt with that weapon. A lot of people tend to shy away from certain weapons or weapon classes, and I feel like if you do that, you're really missing out on some ridiculously fun hunts and matchups. Like, wah, Lance is slow, or I'm not good enough, then get good. Bowguns are brain dead and OP, it's a skill issue. You use the same combos over and over, it's a skill issue. Longsword is for weebs. Okay, that's fair, I'm not gonna knock that one, but I personally think that trying every weapon out in a game is something I think everyone should do. Even if you hate a certain weapon, try to find a way to make it fun for 10 or so hunts. You never know what you might find. Now, I was going to stop this list at 4, but I figure since we have over a year to go, I have a bonus 5th thing that you guys can do, which is rewatch the Monster Hunter Wilds trailer a million times and cry that it's still well over a year away. Nah, I'm just kidding, but please, if anyone has any intel on time travel, let me know. I'll do whatever it takes. Please, I need it. I need Monster Hunter Wilds right now. Please, please, please. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like down below to support the channel totally for free. If you're new to the channel or new to Monster Hunter, do consider subscribing and checking out my other videos, as I have covered tons of things from World to Iceborne to Rise, Sunbreak to even Monster Hunter now. So if you're looking for some set ideas, I've definitely got a ton of them on the channel dating back quite a few games. With all that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you all a good day and happy hunting.